Okay, so we've had a bit of a bumpy journey, but as I have said so many times, I am so incredibly proud of all of you. Okay, I said it in my letter to your parents yesterday as well. Okay, the resilience that you have all shown with and commitment to your learning is amazing. Okay, and I know that it's going to continue when we come back to school. Okay, and there's lots of bits of information I'm going to give you, okay, about testing and what to expect when we come back and what the first day is going to look like. Okay, and then just some other reminders as well. So there's lots of information. Okay. So first things first is your testing. So you need to arrive promptly for your test. So I've put the times there. It is included in the letters that have gone out. Okay, so you are aware your parents have to give consent for you to have a test. Okay, if they haven't given consent for you, you are going to be sent away. We cannot test you unless your parents have given consent. Okay, so in the letter that Mr. Johnson sent out, okay, there is a link for the parents to give consent. So it needs to have that completed before you arrive at school. Unfortunately, we can't phone home if you come to school and get verbal consent. It needs to be written. Okay, so you can see the times there that you will be coming in. You will have your test, okay, and then you will go straight home. Okay, and you should wear your uniform when you come in. Okay, don't bring bags or coats with you because you're not going to be able to take them into the testing hall. We want to keep it as kind of clean and tidy as possible in there and get rid of any extra stuff that we don't necessarily need. Okay, and as I said, once you've had the test, you will go straight home. Okay, so once you're back in school, you'll then have 2 extra tests across the first 2 weeks. Okay, then it will be home testing after that. So the idea of the testing is to make sure that, you know, everyone coming back in, we don't have it, but also to help prepare for coming back. Okay. So I can see a question that says a student trying the consent form this morning says they're no longer taking submissions. If that's the case, okay, please call up today. Okay, after today, it will likely be that it's too late because it has been going on. This is a consent thing that we've had since December. Okay, so it's been in lots of letters. It's not a new form from when we before lockdown. But if your parents trying to do it, get them to call reception today. Okay. So if the students can't hear, make sure you are not muted in your Google Meet. Okay, so you need to be muted on Zoom, but not on Google Meet. Okay, we did test just at the start, so hopefully they can hear. Okay. So they should wear their face masks, yeah. Okay, let me try turning up my volume as well. Okay, is that a little bit better? I can just talk a bit louder. And then tutors, remember, you need to open the Zoom through the internet, not on the Zoom browser thing that's on the computer. It needs to be opened just through there. So what I'll do is I'll go through each tutor group. So 10G1 have said they can hear fine. 10G2, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. 10P1, can you hear okay?
Just yes, we can hear okay.
I didn't hear what you said. If you put it in the chat for me, if you can hear or not. Yeah. 10P2, can you hear better now? Okay. So did you join through the web browser? Okay, so if you're in school, what I'll do is I will try and speak as loud as possible, but remember it is being recorded so they can listen to it as well. Okay. 10T1. Okay, again, did you open it through the web browser? Yeah. Okay. what I would say is if you stop sharing your screen on Google Meet and then try it again, see whether that makes a difference, and then make sure your sound on your computer is as loud as possible on it. Okay, 10T2. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try and speak as loud as I can, okay, but then also remember it will be recorded, okay, so that lots of information basically is on the slide so you can hear it or see it, sorry, and then hopefully you'll be able to hear it in the recording. Okay, so if I carry on, what I've got next is a video. If you can't hear it properly, again, it's going to be on the recording, but it will also, you can see it anyway. Okay, it's going to just show you a walkthrough because I know there's quite a few people that are probably a little bit nervous about getting the testing. Okay, and that's perfectly understandable, but we're going to show you how actually easy it is. Okay, and so it's something to try and reduce your anxiety that you might have about it.
Morning everyone, we're going to walk you through the testing protocol that you'll be doing next week. So starting on Monday the 8th and onwards. So masks on and follow me. So you'll be able to queue up 2 meters apart, keeping it social distance, and come down the side all the way up to the double doors where someone will greet you. You'll be called in.
If you can go through to base 2, just go and stand on the line. Hiya, so on the desk in front of you, you're going to find sanitizer wipes, swab, a mirror, hand sanitizer, and some tissues. If I can ask you to sanitize your hands, please, before we start. And the barcode that you've given when you came in, if you can come forward and give that to the testing assistant. Thank you. And can I ask you to blow your nose, please? Once you blow your nose, could you put the in the general way, and then sanitize your hands again? Now, if you look at the swab, they're quite difficult to open, but if you look on the stones that haven't got the pocket, which is there yet, if you pull it apart and then take the swab out, it's really important the swab doesn't touch anything there.
Oh, sorry guys, that was me. Let me go back to where we were. I was trying to reply to a chat comment.
Right, so each passport, each side, there, and then we'll move on to next. Next thing is you'll be swabbing your nose, so you need to place the swab up the nose and get slightly distant, and give it a swirl until it's 15 seconds. Just like the nostrils. And once you're done, do you want to bring your swab through and pop it in one of the barrels? I can now ask you to use sanitizing wipes and wipe down everything that you've touched, put your rubbish in the bin, houses, and then sanitize your hands. Thanks very much. That's okay, if you can leave that way, following the exit sign. Thank you.
Around the benches. You go back to lessons, you go through here. If not, you go back. So that is the procedure for getting your COVID test. As you can see, it's not painful at all, nice and smooth. We look forward to seeing you on Monday. If you do have any questions, make sure you get in touch with your heads of year or your tutors. We look forward to seeing you then.
Okay, so hopefully that has answered some of the questions that you might have. Sorry that I skipped forward. I accidentally clicked on the wrong button. Okay, but you can go back and watch them. It is painless, it's quick. That whole video was going through as it happened. I know there was some jumps where we had to edit it, but actually it takes only a couple of minutes to do. The actual test itself takes, about 30 seconds. Okay. Then, as you can see, we're looking at uniform now. So I've said this a few times, just have you checked that it still fits? If there is any issues with your uniform, there was a uniform a uniform survey that was sent out. Okay, so please make sure your parents have a look at that and let us know. Okay, I have listed all the things that we need. We need to make sure we are all looking smart. Okay, I know there's some people that have been in special provision where we've been a little bit more lenient, but when we are back next week, it is smart as usual. So we start as we mean to go on. Okay, what I want to highlight is, remember, school shoes, not trainers. I don't want to have to be putting lots of people in pumps. Okay, so you need to have your smart school shoes. I've even put some pictures as a reminder for you. Okay, remember the PE kit. We don't have any large branding and there's no leggings because, no one really wants to see that much. Okay, and jewelry. Okay, lots of people have started getting nose piercings. You can't have the nose piercings in school, so you will need to take them out, okay, or cover them with a plaster if you've just gotten them done. Okay, and then the last bit I want to highlight is I've said masks, lots and lots of masks, and I'm going to go on to masks in a second. Okay, but again, just a reminder, we need to be looking as smart as possible. I know how smart you can all look. Okay, so that's just what we want to make sure when we come back, we're starting as we mean to go on. Okay. Then, as I said, I'm going to go on to face masks. Okay. So you will need to wear your face mask in classrooms now. That is the change that we've had. Okay. So basically, when you're in the school building, you wear them at all times unless you are eating your lunch or you are taking part in PE. Okay, that means our breaks are going to be really important. So at break time, when you're going outside, okay, you will be able to take your face mask off. Okay, so I've said on there, I should have said off. Okay, so your face mask can come off at break time when you are outside, but you must put them back on before you go back into the building. Okay, so it's really important that you bring plenty of face masks for the day. And I know there's some of you that might be saying about how face masks affect your skin and things like that. Okay, what I have noticed is there is silk face masks, and some of you might want to get those if you're able to. They're just a little bit gentler on your skin. Okay, and they still have the extra layers, but it's something that I'd found. So actually, personally, I've brought silk ones as well. Okay, but that might be something to help, but you need to have multiple ones for the day. Okay. Then I've said about the next thing already about equipment before, so it's just another reminder. Okay, have you got it all? Remember, we're not going to necessarily be able to give things out given all of the restrictions we've got to have in place. So you need to have your own equipment. The minimum is what we were calling prep before, which is your pen, ruler, eraser, and pencil. Okay, but it is ideal if you are able to bring a green pen, sharpener, calculator for maths, because we never have any really here, protractors and compasses when you need them, and you should also have your reading books with you. Okay, but remember, I've said that prep is the minimum. Okay, but we want to make sure, like we said, start as we mean to go on, so we have everything that we can as well. Okay, those of you that were provided a laptop by school, you will need to bring the laptop in on the first day you are back in. Okay, so that needs to come back to school on that first day, because we're no longer doing the home learning, you're back in school. Then next, we've got our first day. So to give you the heads up of what's going to happen. So you will have your testing, as I said, on the Monday, those of you that have consented to it. Then we are back in school on Tuesday. So our first day back for everyone, regardless of whether you had the test or not, is Tuesday, the 9th of March. You need to arrive at school for 8:30 like normal. Go to your lockers, put everything away, including your coats, because remember, we don't have coats in the building, and be in tutor for 8:40. You will be in tutor till 9 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because we're staggering the return of everyone. Okay. On Tuesday, what we will have is a lineup on the Muga, okay, unless it rains, and then we'll do something slightly different. This is an opportunity to check uniform and everything, and going back to what I said before, starting as we mean to go on. Okay, but you will go to tutor for 8:40. Okay, you will then go to lessons for 9:05. Okay, and we will have a virtual assembly that I will be streaming into your period 1 lessons on Tuesday, and then your lesson will begin. The assembly will be about 20 minutes maximum. So you need to bring books and equipment for all the lessons that you have. And I've just given you a reminder, next week will be week 2 on the school timetable. Okay, if you have lost your paper timetable, we do have new ones printed for everyone for the first day as well. Okay, but remember, you can get the lessons that you need on class charts too. Okay, and then just passing on a message. So a message from Mr. Hood, the form has been reopened for the COVID consent. Okay, so if your parents do want to give you consent for you to be tested, the form has been reopened. So they need to do it as soon as possible today. Okay. With PE, we are still doing what we did before, where if you have PE on the day, then you come in your PE kit, remembering what I've said about the uniform before. Okay, but what I want to say is those of you that do GCSE PE, you should only be wearing PE on the days you have the practical lessons. Okay, if you've got a theory lesson, you don't have any need to be in PE. Okay, so you don't need to be in your PE kit if you've got a theory lesson. Okay, and then our last slide that we have is a reminder about the PPE. So I did post in the Google Classroom, I think the day before yesterday, that you have RE and iMedia just before Easter. Okay, they are on Wednesday, the 31st of March. RE is in the morning. Those of you that do iMedia is in the afternoon. Okay, the PPEs and all of your other subjects will not be until June. So as I said before, don't worry about those ones. Okay, just focus on RE and iMedia and settling back into school. Okay, but I know how hard you have all been working during this time. Okay, so as I've said before, I'm really, really proud of you. Okay, then does anybody have any questions? Because that was our last bit. So if anyone has any questions, you can ask them in your Google Meet link, and then your tutors can pass them over to me. And again, remember, you can re-watch this anytime that you would like, and I will post all of the letters that have been sent out into the Google Classroom today as well. I'll just wait 30 more seconds to see if there's any questions that come through. The work experience date, okay, is the 21st to the 23rd of June. Okay, so remember, it's going to be in school, but those of you that did give in their own placement forms before that final deadline of the 12th of February, okay, you can tell them, okay, that it will be the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of June that you will be on your own placement. Okay, those of you in school, that will be our in-school sessions on those days. Okay, it is too late now for anybody else to do an own placement. So I did say the deadline for own placements was the 12th of February. Okay, and then for your RE PPE and your iMedia PPEs, you will need to ask your teachers which topics you will need to revise. Unfortunately, I don't know because I only teach maths, I'm afraid. Okay, and on Monday, You arrive at school the time you have to get tested. So if you're in 10G1, you arrive at 12:20. If you're in 10G2, you need to arrive at 12:40 and so on. Okay. The weather has warmed up now, so I believe we've said that the jumpers can't be worn now. Okay, but if you are that cold, if there's a t-shirt under your shirt that we can't see it if it is that cold, but it is getting a bit warmer now. The timing, I'll go back to the final slide, first slide in a second. Okay, so just before I go back to the testing timings, is there any other questions? There will be asynchronous work set on Monday for you to complete. You will also have live tutor time on Monday as well. Okay, then you're back in school from Tuesday, so it's all done by then. Okay, is that all of the questions? I will then go back to the testing times if that's the last one. Okay, so I'll go back to the testing times. So there you go. I will leave that slide there for you so that you can make a note. It is in all of the letters, and as I said, I'm going to post those letters now. So as soon as this assembly ends, I will post it all to the Google Classroom. Okay. So if your tutor group has no more questions, then you can leave. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing everyone. There was just a last question about special provision. Special provision is open on Monday for those that are already attending. Okay. And on Monday, you just need to arrive yourself if you are coming for the testing. You don't need to bring anything else with you. The consent form is online. So don't bring any consent forms. It's completed online. Okay, have a lovely day, guys. Looking forward to seeing you next week.